Hey guys, it's Ramsey from the Forgotten Empires team. I'm one of the campaign designers that worked on the Francisco de Almeida campaign from the African Kingdoms DLC, as well as the Bayinnaung campaign from the Rise of the Rajas DLC. Now, before joining the team, I had no clue about Southeast Asian history. If you asked me to name a medieval Burmese ruler, I would have no idea. But in doing research for the campaign, I found out that there's a lot of interesting history that most of us in the West, particularly in the United States and Europe, we never get exposed to. And Bayinnaung is no exception to that. He was a commoner. He was a son of a servant girl. He ended up rising up through the ranks to become king of Burma and actually end up forming the largest empire in Southeast Asian history in the 1500s. Now, for this campaign, we're actually going to skip ahead in time. We're going to go to the fourth scenario called the White Elephant. Now, at this point, Bayinnaung has ruled Burma for about 13 years. It's 1563, and he's trying to expand into other parts of Southeast Asia, such as Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia. Let's go ahead and get started.
1563 AD, year 13 of the reign of Bayinnaung, king of all Burma. The tiger rules the forest, but he is always hungry. It is the same with me as I look to the Thai kingdoms of the east. I have ruled for 13 years, but how am I the Chakravarti if I am only king of Burma? Ayutthaya is the strongest of the Thai kingdoms. Her king, Chakrapath, has defied me for too long. He encourages the rebellion of one of my vassals, the king of Lanna. Even now, he sends his daughter to marry the ruler of the kingdom of Lanxiang in exchange for an alliance against me. But these schemes alone do not drive me to war. I know that Chakrapath has 7 white elephants, a symbol of luck and divine favor. Already I hear the murmurs in the court. People with more spirit than sense whisper that if I truly am the Chakravarti, why would the nuts have blessed Chakrapath with the elephants? I cannot allow this Thai king nor the nuts themselves to defy me. I will send my armies east, but they will not just bring war. I will send Buddhist monks with them to carry the word of my blessed Buddhist rule.
Okay, so there you saw kind of the history going on. Now, here we have the objective scenario. We have to place a relic in each flag monastery before the season ends. You can see here we have 700 years in game time to complete this objective. We also have some secondary objectives. Now, these secondary objectives are based on historical events. The first here is to recover Princess Thepkasatri's dowry. Now, Princess Thepkasatri was actually the princess of Ayutthaya, which was the kingdom of Thailand. The king, Chakraphat, sent the princess to wed the king of Langzang. The idea was he was trying to form a military alliance against the encroaching Burmese, and so he sent his daughter to basically form a military alliance. Now, she actually never ended up reaching Langzang because she was intercepted by Burmese forces and captured. She ended up, unfortunately, committing suicide soon after her capture. Here you can see here, another objective is convert Prince Ramasuan and King Makudi. Now both these are historical figures. Prince Ramasuan was actually the son of King Chakraphat, and he actually was captured by the Burmese. He actually ended up serving in the Burmese military and would die a few years later of an illness while on campaign against one of the other kingdoms. King Makudi here was actually a Shan political leader who ended up becoming the king of Lanna, which is one of the kingdoms that we're going to actually go to in the scenario, and actually end up having a feud with the king of Langzang, and at this time had been a vassal to Bayinnaung, but then rebelled. So we're going to go ahead, here's the hints, here's the scouts, we're kind of give some more of that same background we just talked about the different figures. And for those curious, this scenario takes place in the countries that are modern day Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia.
Bring the relics of the Buddha to each city to demonstrate my devotion.
Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start sending my scouts out to look around the map. I have villagers here, a villager here. I also have 2 Arambai. Now for those that have played multiplayer a lot, you know that the Burmese Arambai are very powerful units when there's a lot of them. they're not very accurate, but they do a hell of a lot of damage. And so when you only have one or two of them right here, you can see it's very tough for them to get these tigers. But when you have a large group, that accuracy becomes less of an issue and they can do a lot of damage. So they're fun units to play with, and air really would be helpful in this campaign. So you can see here as I captured, got this villager here. I can start using him to collect some resources, collect some food. I'm going to send this scout out here to go collect some loot here.
Recovered the spoils of bandits. We will make good use of this treasure.
See, I know that even though I don't have any buildings yet, I'm going to get buildings as I capture enemy cities. And so I want to start collecting resources now in order to do that. So there, that gold from that loot there was helpful, as well as this villager collecting up berries now. I'm going to head travel through here. My first target is the kingdom of Ayutthaya. Now I was saying earlier, Ayutthaya, I'm under attack. I'm going to send my elephants out to attack these guys. Hope my monks here are safe. Okay, that was easy. Being attacked I'm being under attack by this tower, but I don't think I need to worry about it because the city's here and that's my primary objective. So they're firing upon me. Now I know that if I can capture the prince, his forces will join me. So I want to go kind of tease him out a little bit here. Oh, enable Mangonel. Improve my run by, I don't want to lose him. Oh look, it's a ballista elephant. I'm going to try to see if I can convert him. Looks like they don't have faith, no faith yet. Almost getting there. See if I can convert him now. It's almost dying, okay. I'm going to take these guys back from away just a little bit to heal. Don't want to die from that. Send these guys, my scouts, out to quickly take out the mangonel. Okay, move them back so we can heal my guys a little bit. Drop the relics so they can also heal. Now the thing is, my goal here is to convert the prince before I kill too many of these units. I think I've already killed more than I like. I want to go and see if I can use these elephants to start tearing down this gate here. Now the thing about the Burmese is they have a unique technology called Ayutthaya. I don't believe I have it researched yet, but Ayutthaya gives the elephants more pierce armor, excuse me, and so that allows them to be able to handle some of this tower fire and stuff a little better. Plus having 3 monks here to heal them is obviously also an asset for their survivability. I'm actually going to go and send more units to put pressure on this gate here. I hope that I kind of been able to tease out the prince. Unfortunately, looks like he's a little back far in there, so I'm not going to get him out here. Focus on healing this elephant. He's taking a lot of damage. Okay, that's down. Now what I want to do is I want to see if I can get the prince out. Oh, I see the prince here. I'm going to try to convert him. Kind of kite these guys around a little bit. Probably going to lose my run by. That's alright because there we go.
Has been reminded of the eightfold path. His men lay down their spears. A just king is magnanimous in victory. Your conquered princes to serve.
Okay. Now, like I said, Prince Ramasuan actually ended up surrendering to the Burmese and end up serving in their military for some of their other campaigns. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick these relics back up. I'm healing my units. I'm going to drop off the relic at the monastery up here, which will give me control of this city. And with control of this city,
This city, we can train reinforcements.
and I can train reinforcements. I think the music's a little loud, so I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Okay. Now I can train reinforcements. Now, as you saw, elephants are very strong with so much hit points. I want to have kind of a slow and steady approach to this scenario, so I'm going to go ahead and train 2 more elephants and then try to give them also some more armor. I know I have a time limit here and there's a lot of places I need to get to, but I think a slow and steady approach will still work. Obviously I have monks carrying relics. I can only go as fast as they can move, so I'm fine with taking my time here. I also got this little village here, so I'm going to go ahead and start gathering some more resources. Like I said, these resources will help me train units. And because I have a trade cog, I want to see if there's somewhere else I can trade up here. Okay. I'm also going to see... No, not enough food. Come back to that. Okay, I'm going to start moving out. There's a dock. See, so now I can start collecting gold from that friendly dock. So it's good I checked that out. I've got animals here. Just going to shoot him down here a little bit, just see what's out here. Oh, I've got some crossbowmen. Okay. Now I'm going to group my elephants together first. And then I want to group my monks. Move up. And as you see, this is a very mountainous terrain. That's because Thailand is a very mountainous country. In fact, it's interesting because you'll see in Thailand there are areas where there's even snow-capped mountains amid jungles and jungle brush in the foothills. That's because even though Thailand is in Southeast Asia, it's a tropical country, because it's so mountainous, there are colder regions at the higher altitudes. So you can see in designing the map for the scenario, I kind of wanted to reflect that, make it kind of challenging of navigating through narrow mountain passes that exist in Thailand, and still have some of the lush, abundant vegetation you'll see also in the country. So I'm going to keep moving. One thing I want to run into in a moment are the gnats. I'm going to talk about those in a moment because they're kind of interesting.
Kill the gnat enchantress quickly before she bewitches the men.
Okay. Now, the thing about the gnats is that traditionally, the traditional indigenous religion of Burma involved worship of these nature spirits called gnats. And they're very interesting because they weren't very benevolent spirits. They were kind of mischievous and kind of vengeful. Often they were considered to be like the spirits of dead beings. In fact, actually, one of the characters in the campaign, actually 2 of them, King Tabansweti as well as King Makudi, who you're going to play against later in the scenario, they were actually, in traditional Burmese folklore, actually became gnats upon their death because they had some interesting deaths. Often it was kind of like a cursed death would result in them being forced to wander the land as gnats and kind of inflicting pain and suffering on people unless they were satiated through sacrifices or other type of worship. And so the thing about this campaign is you kind of see there's an undercurrent of religious conflict throughout this campaign deliberately because Bayinnaung was the son of a servant girl. He was a commoner. And the thing in Burma was that the indigenous religion, the worship of the gnats, had been around for thousands of years and was still prevalent among the common people, but the Burmese elite had for a few centuries embraced Buddhism, which had arrived with Indian missionaries earlier in the Middle Ages. And so over the course of the campaign, the story of the campaign, you kind of see there's a change in the way Bayinnaung acts as he rises up through the ranks, and then by the time of this scenario, he's king of Burma. He's convinced that he is the Kakabati, which was a concept of perfect Buddhist rule, a universal ruler that embodied Buddhist virtue. So at this point in the campaign, he has completed his transformation, and he's actually killing the gnats, almost like a metaphor for his transformation from, a common Burmese person to a member of the predominantly Buddhist elite in the country at this time. So we're going to go ahead and move. We're fighting more of these hill tribes. Like I said, just in history, while this conquest was primarily of the more civilized kingdoms of Ayutthaya and Lanna and Langzang, the Burmese would have had to fight a lot of the more tribal peoples, hill peoples, mountain peoples that inhabited the north of Thailand at this time. And so it's kind of reflected here with these hill tribes, which I just defeated. Okay. Now we're running short on time, but I want to go ahead and try to get some more of these gnats. Now what I'm doing in this scenario was trying to reflect the supernatural aspect of these gnats by making it so that every time they kill one of your units, they become extremely powerful. Now fortunately, sending elephants against them is very effective because elephants have so many hit points, they're not likely to die. But if I were to send some weaker units against them that did die, those gnats would have become extremely powerful. Okay. So again, I have 3 more relics to transport. I'm going to try to move my forces up. I'm going up into the mountains to a city called Chiang Rai. I believe that's the correct pronunciation. It was the capital of Lanna, and I'm being attacked by priests here, by monks here, excuse me. I want to try to kill them before they convert me. Of course, they got somebody. What I'd like to do is sneak through this gate as quickly as possible. I don't mind. Oh. Taking a lot of casualties here. Fire tower. I was trying to get my monks through the gate as quickly as possible before I had to deal with this tower, so I just drop off the relic here. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out, so it's taking more time. But again, I think I'm still fine. Now while I'm waiting, while these guys are taking down the gate here, I'm going to try to heal some of my units. And then quickly try to run this relic through. Now fortunately, because I've had my villagers working down here. Let's see, where's the other villager? He's still working, getting some resources. I can kind of start and get this upgrade I want here, make cavalry move faster. Try to heal. Pick up the other relic. Now I'll move my forces out. Now there's a couple different approaches. I can actually go across here and then travel all the way down here, or even use a pathway to get back here. I think I want to go kind of a brute force approach and come back around and go straight into the next city, which is Chiang Rai, which is actually called the New City in the indigenous language. This was the older capital, and then they end up capturing, or end up founding this city here that became the new capital of Lanna. Got some more warriors here. And already the monks are coming out to greet me. Now obviously having elephants, my hope is that they don't convert my elephants. Last time they converted my cavalier, which was unfortunate, but not as bad as it was an elephant. Now they even have a castle here. Now the thing is with this is I'm kind of going to use a brute force approach. I'm taking losses. I'm hoping that my elephants can take a lot of arrows from this castle, take out these monks, and I can get one of my monks as fast as possible to this monastery all the way down here. So far they're moving pretty well. I'm going to keep these guys here. Take out this monk. And I'm going to be on the lookout for King Makuti. I can reach it. He's going in. Now I have this town. Now King Makuti is still here. I'm going to try to convert him. Got him. Perfect. Lanai's defeated. Okay, bring all my monks down. Now I only have one relic to turn in, and I have 326 years, so I still have a lot of time. We're just under halfway through in terms of the time I have, and I've already dropped off 3 of the relics, captured 3 of these towns, I only have 1 remaining. Now at this point I have quite a bit of resources left, so I can actually start training some units here. It'd be very helpful to have some Erambai, so I'm going to train some of those, as well as increase my cavalry attack. Might even throw in a couple more battle elephants. Okay. Still have my monks. Got King Makudi here. And while these guys are healing, I think I'm going to go send this Erambai out to kind of do some scouting. If you notice here, there's a smuggler's hut. Now one thing I mentioned here in the hints is that, or sorry, in the scouts here, is that the city's bridge is well defended, but smugglers have been known to enter the city by another means. So I might be able to enter the city here by going this way. That'll save me a lot of time. And in fact, I can actually train transport ships. So I'm going to go ahead and train 2 transports. And I'm going to send my Erambai up through this mountain pass to see what's up here. Portion popular. I'm going to stop training because I'm portion popular. Oh, there's elephants. Can he survive this? There's more gnats.
Kill the gnat enchantress quickly before she bewitches the men.
Don't think he's going to survive. There's a lot of elephants here. So you see there's quite a bit of threats. I think it might be safer if I just train a transport ship and move my forces out. Now the problem here is I still have to fight because I can't quite get these guys. Oh, I can actually. I have a... He died. Okay. So I control this wall. I can delete wall segments here and use my ballista elephant to clear out a path for me to use my transport ship. Then kind of outside the box. Otherwise I have to come around here, go down back here. And for those who have played the scenario before, or even those who have not, there's a little extra, one of the side objectives is here, this Princess Thepkasatri. I think we might be able to pull it off to actually go and fight her, or fight her guards. But I want priority is to actually get my monks in to the smugglers area here. Unfortunately, my transport ship can't hold that many. I'm gonna have to research this, but I don't think I'll need it. I can do multiple trips, ferry my guys across. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send in the forces that I think I need here, and I'm going to send the rest of them up here to go challenge the Princess Thepkasatri's guards to go capture her, which is actually what happened historically. It's actually one of the Burmese generals went ahead and captured her before she managed to reach Lang Zang, which is this kingdom here in modern-day Cambodia, before she managed to go wed her husband-to-be, which was the king over there. Okay, so just so I don't confuse myself, I'm going to make these guys group 3. I'm going to send them south to explore. I'm going to send these guys, move them forward through the smugglers area in the jungles here. There's some tigers. Okay. Keep traveling. Some more of those. So you can see there's Princess Thepkasatri. She has some tough royal guards defending her. But obviously against a bunch of elephants in Erambai, these guys aren't going to do anything. I kite them around.
victory.
So there you go. I got some more resources. Don't think there's anything I want to research or train right now. And you can see here there's kind of a damaged building, the wall. This is kind of the smuggler's entrance into the city. See, my goal is here, just monastery here, so I'm moving kind of cautiously. Probably did not mean to attack there. You can see there's units here. There's a wonder. Again, kind of stealthy. Even with all these elephants, they're not quite seeing me. And there's... now they've seen me. I'm going to be cautious. I got this monk here. Now there's a tower. So I want to kind of use the elephant to kind of draw the tower's fire while I drop off the relic. Oh, no, target the elephant. No, target the elephant. Oh, okay, I have other monks. Are easier if I just try to destroy the tower there. Monk was so close, couldn't quite get there. I have a little bit of time, but I don't want to... I'll just end it here then.
My enemies bow before me. I am the white elephant carrying peace and good fortune over the earth. I am Chakravarti. We have recovered the spoils of bandits. We will make good use of this treasure.
Okay, well there you go. Still had a lot of time left. We still probably could have gone ahead and fought our way through up here in these mountains and killed these last two Nat enchantresses, but still wanted to get this done. And you can see successfully dropped off all the relics and conquered all these different kingdoms in what's modern day Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia. So we'll end it. Make it a little louder so we can hear the narrator.
I have conquered many enemies and made them bow before me. I have purged the land of the Nats, building stupas and monasteries where once the spirits ruled. I am the conqueror of the 10 directions. I am master of all between the foothills of Tibet and the waters of Malacca, between the plains of India and the mountain jungle of Vietnam. The kings of Sri Lanka and Portugal send me gifts from across the ocean. The emperors of India and China call me their equal. My life will be written in the legends of 3 nations for centuries. I am Bayinnaung. I am the Chakravarti.
Well, there you have it. That was the 4th scenario of the Bayinnaung campaign, called the White Elephant. Bayinnaung successfully conquered those kingdoms, and you can see here kind of the military stats and everything here. It was very effective, killed 109 units, only lost 25. Didn't have much of an economy, obviously, with a scenario like this. And there you go. So next scenario, for those that have not played this campaign, will actually end up going closer to India, the old tiger. Some more time passes. Bayinnaung is a little older, a little wiser, and he starts realizing that his interpretation of Buddhism, his very militant interpretation that we saw in this last scenario, starts changing as he gets older. And you'll see that in the next scenario, which is called the Old Tiger. Again, I'm Ramsey from the Forgotten Empires team. Thank you again for playing. Thank you again for watching, and always being our fans. Thank you. Bye.